Hey everyone, I'm Raf, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for this video today. It is going to be a big one because I am doing a giant book haul of over 20 books I bought to keep me sane during the Corona lockdown period. I've got two stacks of over 20 books sitting next to me. There's two parts to this book haul. The first part of this book haul are all the books that I bought online from Dimmix, Booktopia, Book Depository and Amazon, I think. And they were all purchased for the specific purpose of keeping me entertained while we social distance. The second part of this book haul are all of the books that I got while I was overseas in New York City before Corona blew up and sent me home. So I did not get them with quarantine in mind, however, they will still serve me well. I've got quite an array of genres. We've got some fantasy, some sci-fi, some historical fiction, non-fiction, a graphic novel. So there's quite a lot to get through. Let us get straight into the video, starting off with all of the books that I got online. So the first book that I picked up from Dimmix was The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu, and this, first of all, has a stunning cover, and two, has a plot that really intrigues me because it's based off of the true story of Mozart and his twin sister. So I think in real life, the Mozart twins, when they were children, created this fictional world called the Kingdom of Back, and they would kind of have like imaginary friends and adventures in this world. And so Marie Lu picked this up and turned it into the fantasy world of a novel. So Marie Lu tells the story of Noelle Mozart, who is the famous Wolfgang Mozart's twin sister, and she explores how both of the Mozart twins are brilliantly talented with music and in this book with magic, but in the end there is only one famous Mozart that the world knows. And I think it'll be really interesting to see how Marie Lu gives voice to the female of the Mozart twins, who I didn't even know existed in real life. So I've got very high hopes for this book. I will be reading it next month, so keep an eye out for my thoughts on that. But yeah, that's the first book that I got from Dimmix. The next book that I bought is another one with a beautiful cover, and that is The 10,000 Doors of January by Alix E. Harrow. This is another book that I have very high hopes for. I've heard so much about it online, and everyone that talks about it says good things, so really looking forward to getting into this, probably next month as well. It follows the story of January, who is the ward of a nobleman. She walks into his library one day and stumbles across a magical book that will transport her to thousands of different worlds. So it's quite literally the book lover's dream, and it sounds like a magical adventure that I'm really looking forward to. The next book I ordered is one that I have spoken about before, and that is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. This is a very fun sounding urban fantasy sci-fi set in New York City, where 5 teenagers come together to protect the city from itself, its 5 souls, and an underground demon. So I'm picking this up this month, and I'm very excited for it. The next book I picked up is The Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is a thick book, and it is the sequel to Libba Bray's The Diviners, which is a 4-part series, I believe. This series is set in 1920s New York, and in short, it follows the mystery of supernatural murders taking place throughout the city. The next book I ordered is another one I'm hoping to read this month, and that is Our Women on the Ground, which is a non-fiction collection of essays and stories of Arabic women reporting on the Middle East. The next books that I ordered are from a series that I love and that I know a lot of other people love, and that is the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer. These are sci-fi retellings of Brothers Grimm's fairy tales, and I absolutely love these books. I have read them before a few years ago, and I'm currently doing a reread of the series, reading one book a month. I'm currently up to Cress, which is retelling the story of Rapunzel. I finished Scarlet a few days ago, as you can tell by the very bent and cracked spine. I got very into it. So I'm a bit sad that my reread will be coming to an end soon, but winter should keep me preoccupied for quite a long time, seeing as it's like 800 and something pages long. The next book I ordered is a graphic novel, and that is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. I read this for the Owls Readathon. It was the first graphic novel I've ever read, and I really enjoyed it. The artwork is beautiful, and it was a really heartwarming story about an outcast girl who has powers to shapeshift, joining an evil villain as he fights his arch nemesis, this guy. I forgot his name. I really enjoyed it. It was a really fun adventure and a quick read too, so would recommend this. There are 2 more books that I'm waiting to arrive, and they are The Library of Legends by Janie Chang, which has a beautiful cover, and Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Okay, moving on to the books that I got while I was in New York. This video has been very long, so I'm gonna maybe do rapid fire book briefs on all the books that I picked up. The first book I got is Circe by Madeline Miller. I've read this, I love this. It retells the story of the Greek goddess and infamous witch Circe. Next is The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman, which is the prequel to his Dark Materials trilogy. Next is a historical non-fiction called The Parisian by Isabella Hammad. I've read this, really enjoyed it. It was very thought-provoking, about a Palestinian man moving to Paris at the beginning of the World War and assimilating back into Palestine at the end. Next, I picked up a few non-fiction books, the first being Joan Didion's memoir, A Year of Magical Thinking, E.B. White's essay, Here is New York, World Order by Henry Kissinger, which analyses the change in international relations throughout the 21st century, The Island at the Center of the World, which is looking at the history of New York and Dutch colonization there, Identity by Francis Fukuyama, which is a political non-fiction about the politics of dignity and the demand for representation of identities in politics. And last but not least, The Education of an Idealist by Samantha Power, which is a memoir of the United States Ambassador to the United Nations under Barack Obama. So yes, that brings us to the end of my book haul. That was a lot of books. My throat is a little bit dry from talking so much. If you've made it to the end of this video, hi, hello, thank you for sitting through that. I really appreciate it. Please let me know if you have read any of these books, what your thoughts on them are, and what books you're reading to keep yourself sane while we're stuck at home during Corona. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.